Hello everyone, I'm Sambuaga. I'm the Vice Minister of Trade of Republic of Indonesia. At this moment, the COVID-19 pandemic has severely affected our economy. Almost all major industries and trade have been hit hard by this pandemic. Currently, all parties are working hard to suppress the effect of this pandemic COVID-19. However, even during these difficult times, the economy must go on. President of the Republic of Indonesia, Pak Joko Widodo, has appointed me as Vice Minister of Trade to find strategic sectors that is potential for exports that can still thrive and grow during this pandemic of COVID-19. And during this pandemic, I have found that the game industry is still able to grow, especially esports. And according to the World Economic Forum, esports has been able to grow significantly since the COVID-19 hit. As we are dealing with this COVID-19, I believe we can still keep our economy rolling, and one of the ways is through the game industry. Another data states that the majority of Southeast Asian gamers and some of the parts of the world are keen to play esports games. We must not surrender. We have to keep going, and we have to rise. And as the Vice Minister of Trade, I encourage to push this new potential sector to strengthen our trade balance. The next challenge is how we can use this momentum, esports phenomenon, as the new growth instrument for exports, not only for creative industry, but the industry as a whole. One of the keys to survive is to connect other industries to this leading sector to create mutual benefits in terms of business and also to create healthy ecosystems to grow together. In this very occasion in Gamescom Asia, I present you the first esports game from Indonesia, Lokapala. Lokapala is developed by collaboration among different sectors within CAKRA Association. And it becomes one of our expert strategies as well as products. I hope we can connect to more Indonesian products and boost our national exports in order to create sustainable economy. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Chen. I am the founder of Anantarupa Studios, and we are a game company from Indonesia. This year, we succeeded to launch our game, Lokapala. The core concept of Lokapala was built based on our research on regional values and cultures. The majority of Lokapala is Jagat in Catur Yuga Manjing Manunggal. It is a phrase in old language called Kawi that means the universe in full cycle unite into one. Lokapala is a MOBA game that particularly developed for esports, making it the first esports MOBA game from Indonesia. Some of you may assume that we are jumping into a trend as esports is getting more and more attention in public eyes. But 4 years ago, I already set our gaze on esports long before it became a trend. Last year, esports revenue exceeded $1 billion. And you have to admit it. It is a huge number for an industry that just been up only recently. However, this amount is only a tip of an iceberg, a game industry iceberg that yields more than $150 billion in the same year. Currently, game industry has been making revenue 4 times bigger than film industry, and is still bigger than film and music industries combined. Game industry has almost twice the growth rate compared to film sector. That's why you will see Some IP companies has been starting to invest in games as one of their multi-channel products so they can increase their revenue stream. Research shows that esports is booming in Southeast Asia, leading the game industry to the next level. But just like us, humans, who are created differently, not all games are created equally as well. The rising trend of esports does not mean that esports alone is going to take over the whole game industry. To put it into comparison, game is similar to other creative sectors like movies and music. Sure, there are a few titles that will lead the industry and they become a big hit. But other smaller companies, hundreds of them can actually make profit from their products even if they are not on the top rank. Because it is not about having your products to be number one, but it is how you do the business with your target market segment. There are so many positions that are open and awaiting new good contents. So if you are building a products now, never be little. Your homework is to make it good, and even better is to find suitable market for your product. So be brave and blast the way. Now, we do esports as a normal thing only recently. Back then in 2016, no one really cared about esports. Common people back then would refer esports athletes as geeks or nerds who were addicted to playing games. But since early human civilization, we were already familiar with ludus, an ancient Roman term that described any physical activities, including gladiators and board game. According to Johann Huizinga's Homo Ludens, playing is also part of human or even animal instinct to train their mind and body. Then we see the connection now. Why certain genre of competitive digital games is called esports? Because game or ludus and sports are inseparable in the first place. Let me tell you about my company in a bit. Anandoropa Studios, it was founded in 2011 with the dream to be Indonesia's developer who can build strong IP based on Indonesia's vastness and richness in cultural diversity. So just like other game developer story, we started from B2B projects. Then suddenly 6 years just passed with a blink of an eye, and we were still busy developing hundreds of B2B projects. Yes, our business did increase 30% annually, but B2B business was not scalable. Other than that, I realized that it was not what we came for. It was not what I built the company for. We had this vision to create game products as cultural products, like in China, Japan, and Korea. We must be able to transform our cultural values into creative products that have economic values, bring the whole value chain ecosystem and all related sectors to rise and grow together. Let's go back to our developer story. I was once a mentor for startup for 2 years. One day, I made this one-page piece for my colleague, done right away on the same day. The next day, he called me, thanked me for helping him, and I responded with disbelief. What? I asked him, sorry, I don't follow. And he answered, dude, I got $1 million seed fund. I almost yelled on my phone, like, come again? He said, yes, I did it. I got $1 million for a seed fund. From experience, I naively thought that it was easy to get funded. And that's when I thought I had to get our company to get funded as well. We want to build the products. Because when our business were rising in numbers, collecting profit from B2B business over years to create your own IP games, especially esports games, is nearly impossible. So I made our company a pitch, but it wasn't done in one day, and it didn't consist of only a pitch. I did my homework. I did market and technical research. scouting experience, mentors, and finally built my deck and presented it, giving the best that I could. And here's most of the responses. Indonesia cannot do that. Indonesian engineers aren't that good compared to other regions. And the list of excuses goes on. Even some public institutions said something that I won't be able to forget. Just do it, and if you succeeded, then we will support you. Yep, you heard it right. I asked them for support, and they will do only when the product has already been succeeded. But as I say, game industry is different from startups. It is part of creative industry after all. And today, I stand before you, and you can say that we are at least broke through our first very barrier. That is to actually succeeding to develop Lokapala. We proved that everything is possible, even though we didn't do it alone and only got such minimum support. But if I can do it, so do you. I have my favorite quote from Rumi. As you start to walk out on the way appears. Long story short, we only raised a third of the seed fund that we needed. Although the fund was important, there's one thing that really helped the birth of Lokapala. Collaboration. Or in our case, cross-sector collaboration. During the development of Lokapala, we got a lot of helping hands to put Lokapala into life, especially from our fellow colleagues in CAKRA Association. For example, we have Caravan Studio with their long international experiences in comics and film industries, help us to visualize our early character concepts. And we also have international level and very talented music composer Elvi Hendrijanto, help us composing the music theme for Lokapala. There is also in Harmonix, who help us in our early song department, and many more that I cannot mention one by one. Fast forward, early this year, we made partnership with Melon, part of Telkom Group, as our publishers in Indonesia region. And 4 months ago, we had our game Lokapala launched online. Although we haven't got major tournaments yet, due to COVID-19 pandemic situations, our players grow steadily. We have 1 million players, 150,000 monthly active users, and more than 10,000 daily active users. These numbers are important to us, even though it is very small if you compare it to another esports game. And I will tell you why it matters. Indonesian market is quite interesting. From 2015 to 2018, Indonesian game market increased more than 200%. If we compare it to our national GDP, it only grew 1% in the same period of time. What does this mean? It means if our government had pushed this game industry, it will have brought benefit to our national economy. Instead, in the same period, the local developer market share declined quite fast. By the end of 2018, our local developer market share is even less than 1% of the whole Indonesian game market. Yes, our national game market is 99% occupied by foreign games. And we hope with the birth of Lokapala, with the small numbers that we have now, it is only the beginning. Not only for Lokapala, but also for other related industries as one big value chain ecosystem. My colleagues in CAKRA and I have similar vision to contribute to Indonesia's economy and to decrease our national trade deficits started from game sectors. It is not about creating the first esports games from Indonesia anymore, but it is how to create impactful movement from esports trend to drive and propel our national economy. With that being said, I would like to give my gratitude to Mr. Jerry Sambuaga as our Vice Minister of Trade of Indonesia for his tremendous support to our local industry that try to contribute to our national export and to decrease our national trade deficit. As the esports trend become bigger, not only in Southeast Asia region, but also all over the world, our visions gets bigger as well. Thus, we decide to expand our mission. The challenge now is to create cross-sector collaboration that can benefit this party. We are building strong engagement among creative and different industrial sectors under one campaign called Local Brand Unite. Currently, we have been exploring collaboration with Modern Music Indonesia to have a business model that we can have a mutual benefit from. We also expand our collaborations to comic and film sectors in order to create contents and series for streaming platforms. We are also in discussion to collaborate with toy sector and one of the largest F&B group in Indonesia. Hopefully, if everything is falling into place, this will be the first mega collaborations happen in our country. And this won't stop here. As we have Jagat in Satu Yuga Manjing Manunggal, the universe in fourth cycle unite into one as the major theme of Lokapala, of course. It seems that this all makes sense, at least for me. Now that we are facing challenges not only as a nation, but as fellow in the region, I wish the spirit that gives fuel to our journey, our quest to unite and collaborate, will not stop only in Indonesia, but in Southeast Asia as well, and later to the world as well. With this COVID-19 pandemic, which we don't know when it will end, I hope together we can create sustainable ecosystem for all of us. Thank you.